Despite the fact that time is our most valuable resource, many of us find it difficult to manage. You may increase your productivity, improve your focus, and maximize every moment by putting tried and true scientific approaches to use. Here are 10 simple, research-backed strategies to help you stop wasting time and start achieving your goals. Number 10. Recognize procrastination triggers. Procrastination is ultimately an emotional and physiological battle within the brain, especially involving the limbic system and the prefrontal cortex. The prefrontal cortex is in charge of long-term goal pursuit, planning, and decision-making, whereas the limbic system, which controls emotions and rewards, seeks out instant gratification and comfort. The limbic system's amygdala becomes active in response to a difficult or unpleasant job, which can cause stress, worry, or terror. Because these activities release dopamine, the brain's feel-good neurotransmitter, which provides quick satisfaction. Avoidance behaviors like scrolling through social media or viewing videos are motivated by this emotional discomfort. Although it temporarily eases agony, this encourages procrastination. Additionally, the brain undervalues future rewards, like finishing a project in comparison to instant gratifications due to temporal discounting, which increases the likelihood of procrastinating. It's critical to identify these emotional and neurological triggers because doing so changes your perspective from one of laziness to one of procrastination as a brain-driven survival strategy meant to prevent discomfort. By addressing the underlying emotional reactions, this realization enables you to intentionally combat avoidance, enhancing self-regulation and decreasing procrastination cycles. Number 9, use the 2-minute rule. The 2-minute rule is a potent neuroscience-based tactic for getting over the brain's innate reluctance to begin tasks. The limbic system's need for instant gratification and discomfort avoidance is frequently too strong for the prefrontal cortex, which controls executive skills like planning and self-control. By focusing on a job for just 2 minutes, you can avoid the brain's propensity to postpone and reduce the activation energy needed to start action. Even a quick start sets off the brain's reward systems, which release dopamine in reaction to advancement and promote persistence after the first 2 minutes. This method lowers the psychological barrier to starting by breaking down difficult or complex tasks into smaller steps. It helps you overcome the inertia of procrastination and develop productive habits by taking use of the brain's momentum effect, which states that once activated, the effort to continue is less than the effort to begin. Number 8, set SMART goals. The purpose of SMART goals, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound, is to fight the cognitive and emotional foundations of procrastination by offering structure and clarity. Because the brain finds it difficult to efficiently plan and anticipate rewards, vague or overly broad goals lower motivation and raise cognitive load and anxiety. Better planning and decision-making are made possible by setting clear, quantifiable goals that give the prefrontal cortex tangible things to concentrate on. Achievable and pertinent goals boost intrinsic motivation by ensuring that the work feels valuable and consistent with your ideals. Time-bound deadlines take advantage of temporal motivation theory, which holds that because the brain is sensitive to time restrictions, motivation rises as deadlines get near. Procrastination is decreased by this organized goal-setting framework because it lowers ambiguity and overwhelms, boosts self-efficacy, and improves the brain's capacity to control behavior. Number 7, prioritize with the Eisenhower matrix. By highlighting the significance and urgency of activities, the Eisenhower matrix is a prioritization tool that aids with procrastination management. Because there are no immediate repercussions for important but non-urgent jobs, people tend to put them off in favor of simpler, more enjoyable pursuits. Important but not urgent, urgent but not important, urgent but not important, and neither urgent nor important are the 4 quadrants into which the matrix separates the jobs. This classification lessens cognitive dissonance and the urge to put things off by allowing you to concentrate on high-impact tasks that support your long-term objectives. You can better engage the executive functions of the prefrontal cortex and inhibit the avoidance impulses of the limbic system by deliberately directing your limited cognitive resources toward the most worthwhile tasks. Number 6. Apply time boxing. By giving particular tasks set, time-limited time periods, time boxing establishes structure and urgency that the brain finds beneficial. Attention spans are limited according to neuroscientific studies, and time blocks that are clearly defined help maintain focus by avoiding cognitive weariness and decision paralysis. This technique also makes use of the temporal motivation theory, which states that as deadlines draw nearer, motivation rises. By simulating this impact, time boxing enhances engagement. Limiting the amount of time allotted to a task minimizes procrastination chances and promotes the onset of a deep work state, which maximizes productivity while minimizing distractions. Additionally, time boxing helps the brain commit to activity within a realistic time frame by reducing the overpowering feeling of open-ended activities. Number 5. Limit digital distractions. Social networking, email, and constant internet browsing are examples of digital diversions that take advantage of the brain's reward system by giving users repeated dopamine boosts with little effort. The prefrontal cortex's ability to exercise self-control and sustain attention on long-term objectives is compromised by this neurological hijacking, which makes procrastination more likely. The brain's sense of rewards is skewed because the instant gratification from these diversions conflicts with the delayed delight of doing crucial activities. Restoring cognitive control can be facilitated by limiting digital distractions by establishing boundaries, scheduling breaks, or utilizing programs that block distracting websites. Reducing outside distractions that vie for your attention improves sustained concentration and breaks down ingrained avoidance patterns, freeing up mental energy for purposeful work. Number 4. Break tasks into smaller steps. Because they seem daunting and unknown, large, ambiguous tasks frequently promote procrastination by triggering the brain's threat avoidance response. By dividing the labor into smaller, more manageable, and less daunting phases, this emotional resistance is lessened. Procrastination is associated with emotional regulation issues. According to psychological study, taking smaller actions reduces anxiety and boosts emotions of competence and control. A dopamine reward is given for each step that is finished, which keeps motivation high and reinforces progress. In addition to lowering cognitive load and decision fatigue, this incremental approach makes it clear what has to be done next. You can better engage the prefrontal cortex and increase task initiation and persistence by breaking down a difficult project into a set of manageable steps. Number 3. Practice mindfulness and self-awareness. By developing the capacity to objectively monitor your procrastination-related thoughts, feelings, and actions, mindfulness improves self-regulation. Stronger prefrontal cortex activity is associated with better self-control and less procrastination, according to brain imaging research. By improving focus, decreasing impulsivity, and assisting you in identifying procrastination causes early on, mindfulness techniques help you do this. You can intentionally refocus your attention on the work at hand and detect the beginning of avoidance behaviors, thanks to this increased awareness. The grip of procrastination is lessened by mindfulness, which fortifies the brain networks in charge of sustained attention and decision-making by striking a balance between the limbic system's emotional impulses and the prefrontal cortex's logical reasoning. Number 2. Reward yourself. By rewarding yourself after finishing chores, you can use the brain's dopamine system to encourage good behavior and combat the propensity to put things off in order to get instant gratification. Given that procrastination frequently results from choosing immediate gratification over long-term advantages, well-timed rewards establish a new link between pleasure and job completion. By altering the brain's reward expectations, this positive reinforcement boosts motivation and facilitates the start of subsequent tasks. This strategy is supported by behavioral psychology as a successful means of rewiring habits and enhancing long-term productivity. Small, instantaneous rewards, like a quick break or a favorite snack, can help sustain motivation and create a habit of regular work. Number 1. Maintain consistent routines. Regular routines reduce decision fatigue and the probability of procrastination by automating productive behaviors and integrating them into neural circuits that need less conscious effort. According to neuroscience, Habits are created by repeatedly activating particular brain pathways, which makes behavior more automatic and less prone to emotional interference. When daily work habits are established, production becomes the norm rather than a continual battle against avoidance tendencies. This regular framework gradually improves cognitive control and self-discipline, allowing for longer periods of concentration and cutting down on time lost to distraction or indecision. Additionally, routines stabilize dopamine and serotonin levels, which are essential for motivation and mood management, via regulating neurotransmitter balance. By applying these scientifically validated techniques, you can stop wasting time and start making every minute count. Would you like me to help you create a personalized time management plan? If you liked our video, please hit the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel.